Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report. We'll just cover the ASX in a little bit of detail, but on the weekly chart here, we're looking at the wave 3 top here down to wave 4 in the GFC here in 2009, and now we're looking at 5 waves to move from wave 4 here, 5 waves up to get to wave 5 here. It's quite normal for the market to take out this top of wave 3 here, but it doesn't have to, as long as it has 5 waves in it. Okay, we'll see that we'll see that when we get into this last stretch over here, how far that actually takes us. It may extend out even further. We'll see. We can only count the waves as they unfold. So from this 5 waves here, we have wave 1 and 2 here. Wave 3 is longer than wave 1, so we could use wave 1 as a bit of a guide stick, because if wave 3 is the longest, then wave 1 and wave 5 will have some sort of equality in terms of distance and sometimes time as well. So from wave 4 here, we're also looking for 5 waves up here. As you know, we're looking at wave 1 here and wave 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave. And this is also in line with the DAX and the S&P 500, so it's in tune with the global market. So I don't think we're too far wrong here. Once this is finished here, then we'll look at wave 4 pulling back to the wave 4 of one lesser degree, and we'll expect the other global markets to do much the same. And then the final push up for wave 5 here. It's also the case here as well, because from wave 2 to wave 3 here will be the longest in the sequence of the impulse waves, and the impulse waves are 1, 5 and 3. So if wave 3 is the longest, then wave 1 and wave 5 will be roughly the same in length. But if wave 1 is going to be too short because wave 4 pulls back too much, then we can take 61.8% of wave 3 here and project that up to the top here. We could also project a 61.8% retrace extension from wave 3 to wave 4, shooting up into this distance here as well, which is a medium level here. 65 is always halfway between number 5 here as a major level and next number 8. So the Fibonacci numbers 1, 2, 3, 5 and 8. So where we are at the moment, we're looking at wave 4 to wave 5 here, and we're also looking for 5 waves in here. So just drilling into the next degree low would be the daily chart here. So from wave 4 here, we're looking at 5 waves in this structure here. So we're looking for 1 and 2 into here, and then 3 and 4 into here, and then looking for 5 waves up into this space here of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll drill into that now. But I want to point out that if I've made a mistake here, which I don't think that I have, but if I have, then wave 1 would be here and wave 2 would be here, and we'll be into a stronger third wave here. It's possible, because we are seeing a little bit of that price action here, but it would be also unusual not to have a correction at such a large number as such as 6,000 here as well. We'll stay, and this is the same structure that we're looking at with the US markets as well in this move to the upside here. So we can get a better glimpse of that on the 4-hour chart here. So on the 4-hour chart, we're looking at wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and wave 3 here, across to wave 4. And now we're counting 5 waves up in this particular structure coming up through here. So as we can see, it's extending out a little bit. So if we go into the hourly chart and pick that up from this wave 4 here, it's quite clear that we have wave 1 here and wave 2 here. And we were looking at this being wave 3 in the early days, but you know, we just figured that these were too short, and this one here is too short. So you know, we looked at applying a more of an extension in this whole structure here. So it does count quite nicely as I've got it now, which is wave 1 here and wave 2 here. And then we're taking a big leap all the way up here for wave 3 at 6,100, or very close to it. And within this wave 2 to wave 3 here, we're looking for 5 waves again, so 1 and 2 here. And then we're in the extension, so we're looking for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 3. We're looking at wave 4 here now, and then we'll be looking for wave 5 up. Normally wave 4 would pull back to the wave 4 of one lesser degree, but when you start getting extensions, if you get a parabolic move, well then the wave 4 here would only come back to the top of wave 3 rather than the wave 4 low here. Or it could pull back to the 38.2% retracement level here as well. So from the top of wave 3 there, if I can get that working, then we're right on the 38.2% retracement level here as we speak. So we should see a move up here following up in Friday and Monday. So moving into the tick chart here and moving into 100 ticks and picking this wave 4 low up here, we do have a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave A here, then a B wave here, and then a C wave here for wave 4. And we know that that's pulling back to the 38.2% retracement level. And I find this is also interesting as well here, because here from wave 4 here we can count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, but when we go back to the hourly chart it looks like 3 waves there. So from here to here it looks like 3 waves here, but it's actually 4 waves, 5 waves there. So back onto the tick chart just here as well. Excuse me. So looking at this today, I'd expect Friday to push up, and we're looking for 5 waves. So we're looking for wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. We may not cut, I mean the extension here, if I take the top here and pop that down to the low here, the 61.1618, well the 100 plus 60%, 62% comes into this space here. But we like to, you know, use the levels as well. So we know that group 2 here will give resistance. We know that this is group 1 here, so from 6,000 to 6,100, the Fibonacci numbers of 1, 2, 3, 5 and 8 here. But I also put in the 72 and the 65 here for other reasons. So we have groups. We have group 1 here of 1, 2, 3, the midpoint, and then group 2 here. We know that if we get a tested support on top of group 1 here, then we'll lose the pull of the closest largest number being 6,000 here, and the psychology will be traders will want to get tested support on 3 here, then 6,030, then traders just you'll start to see well, if you could see the market depth in the futures market at least, you'll start to see the orders start to stack up at 5 here, so the second strongest number. So we can expect what you're looking for today is support, tested support on top of 3 here, 6,030, and then expect a correction at 50 here, keep the stop well out of the way, and then we'll move up into this space here. So we would expect the Friday and the Monday to push up, continuing to push up in this space here. If I'm wrong here and this low gets taken out here, then I've made a mistake somewhere, and then just remember that in this space from here, oops, I can't draw on the tick chart on that side of the price, I've got to come to the left hand side of the price. So group 1 here and group 2 is the correctional range for any correction that's going to occur at 6,000 here. So if this is breached here, you could probably short here, but you're going to get a bounce off the 6,000, and then even when it moves through the 6, it's going to come back and retest it, and it may not fail, it may continue up there, or if it's going to drop, it's going to drop into this group 2 here and then bounce back. So in this space would be, you know, choppy price action, so you've got to be mindful of that. The trade is to the upside, that's the one you want. If it gets into here, you know, don't get in and out too often, because you'll just lose your money in that price action there. Wave 4s can get complicated. I've just got it as an ABC here, and as you'll see on 10 ticks here, it does count quite nicely as an ABC correction here. So we've got this beautiful structure down here. It's 5 waves, and the A, the B and the C, and then another one down here. And we can see that from this little area here, I can see that we're getting an impulse wave up through here. There's more to go within this, but we've got wave 1 here, little ABC for wave 2, or wave 2 to here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 here, and 2 here, and 3 here, and 4 here, and 5 here. So here we'll be expecting an ABC correction to pull back. So you've got to keep your stops out of the way down here somewhere, okay? Yeah, and then move up to move up here. I am developing and we will be turning it into part of the CFD portfolio. We'll be creating a new money management system for indices and Forex and also stocks as well. It will be a much improved process of money management to glean a lot more profits using different techniques. But that's in the pipeline, and we'll be working on that over the next month. Alrighty, that's it. Alrighty, cheers.